Welcome back to the CIS closed qualifier for the minor in Katowice. I'm joined by my boy Brainstorm. We're already one series deep so far and looking to have a little look at Winstrike.
We are indeed. Hopefully they will be winning and not striking out. That's all I've got. That's it. That's my content for the series done.
They have two very important words. It's win in Counter-Strike. So hopefully they're going to continue and win all the way to the minor and they'll be back in the system again, make it through to the major and prove all the haters wrong.
Yeah, I mean, that's the ideal, really. They made the major, it was 2 majors ago, they had their big run.
Yeah.
And then they sort of just went and quietly did their own thing in the CIS scene, and we didn't really see them again until the next major rolled back around.
Very different lineup, though,
to
what they used to have. I think there's only 1 or 2 members left of the lineup that made that top 8 run.
Something like
major.
that,
yeah. Now they've got Waylander in from Flipside, so another guy who wants to make it back to the majors. Should be pretty interesting to see them go up, not actually against Pro 100, which is what I expected because I'm a little more familiar with those names, but up against your boys over on RAVE, who are some, you know, young upstarts, up-and-comers, people we're a little bit less familiar with, but we'll see how they go.
We will indeed. You can see there we're in the bottom half of the bottom half of the bracket in the second column. I know what I'm trying to say there. Winstrike and RAVE is our game. Winstrike got a 2-0 against Mollable, is what I'm going to say.
Well, more notable than that first game between Winstrike and Mollable is that Nebiga actually took out Gambit 2-0 to take their spot in the minor. So Gambit, after a few changes, not really performing as well as many would expect. We'll see if they're going to be able to secure themselves a spot or not. Through that lower bracket.
Yeah, that's less than ideal for the Gambit boys.
By the way, look how many teams there are in this region that can actually take maps off other people. Like, this would be a nightmarish qualifier to play for anyone who wants to make it through to the minor. I can't imagine playing through something. Because like in like regions like ours, Tim, like you go in your online qualifiers and you're like, oh, it's going to be easy. We only have to really start trying after like round 3 or something. Like when I look at all these 2-1s, like I'm actually scared. I'd be scared of playing a qualifier for the minor in a region like this.
And for these Monolith and Pugstar guys, those poor dudes have to go through and then play Gambit.
Those Pugstar guys are actually not too bad. I've seen a game of theirs, and I don't know, Gambit's looking shaky, mate. I would be very scared of the Pugstars. That's the only team you don't want to be playing against. You don't want to be playing against the Pugstars, Tim.
No, that's true. It's the downfall of anyone in any qualifier. You're like, yeah, we're going to play structured CS. The other team's like, actually, we're going to hold W and shoot you all in the head, and we'd like to see you stop it. And then you cry because you can't stop it, and it's a sad time. Then you get knocked out.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even imagine a world where Gambit doesn't make it through the minor. Let's not even think about that because we can't yet because we have to focus on this game between Winstrike and RAVE.
We do.
Yeah, so I'm actually eager to see this new Winstrike lineup that has been handcrafted. You know, it's an actual decent org backing behind this team, so they've been able to actually bring some probably more preferred talent rather than having to cut corners and pick up people who they may not necessarily be able to get as easily. They've got a couple more experienced names in terms of, you know, playing these minor qualifications and minor competitions and stuff like that. I mean, let's be real, they got some major experience in this lineup along with some young up-and-comers, so be interesting to see how that little combination actually meets up and works.
Well, in theory, that's always a good combo, right? We see a lot of teams who try and go for, especially in our region, we see a lot of teams that are all experienced players, which can work really well, or if you get the guys who are a little bit more burnt, to put it in a less polite way, it doesn't work as well. You're not burnt, Pilly. You're lovely and attractive. Look at you in your prime. Anyway, you can also have like the teams who are just all young guns and they don't have the experience. They don't quite have the structure. So while they're all incredibly sharp aimers, they maybe don't have as much experience. They don't have the mental capacity, the mental fortitude, I guess. If things start going south for them, they don't have an experienced player to be like, all right, guys, we've done this before. Just chill. So it can be quite a good mix, of course, of like you have these guys who've been to the major. Who knows how many times they've been to majors, lots of majors, and then the younger guns who can help fire up and hit all the headshots that you need. So it should work pretty well for them.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. It should be pretty interesting to see. Obviously, they were probably expecting Prosto to come through that match up against RAVE, but that hasn't been the case, which might actually work in the favour of a team like Winstrike. We'll see what they're able to do with that. The maps that RAVE actually did beat Pro 100 on Dust 2 and Overpass, and they lost the other one. I can't remember what that was, but all of them were double digits close maps. So that kind of indicates to me that RAVE should be comfortable on a couple of different maps. Be interesting to see if you do see a team like Winstrike go towards something like Train or Nuke to try to get a little bit of a veto advantage, maybe a freebie of a map win. I'm not too familiar with a lot of these teams' map pools. I try to take little quick glance at the HLTV profile and all that kind of stuff, but that, let's be real, that doesn't really tell you a whole lot about the veto between two teams that play in the same region, because a lot of the time, you know, it might say, hey, we have a sick win rate on cash up against all these teams who aren't as familiar playing with it, but who knows, they might just veto it. Then they end up vetoing it, and we'll see if that will be the case. You know, obviously we can't be too familiar with the veto, so we'll take a little bit of a look at it and actually find the answers that we seek here, Tim.
Well, indeed. So Train Inferno, the first two maps gone. Now, interestingly enough, we're talking about new talent coming into this Winstrike roster. They've managed to grab World Edit and Waylander, both from Flipside previously. Yep. So these guys have been to a lot of majors. They've got a lot of experience, and they're both pretty sharp gamers as well. So I feel like that's going to be a pretty good combo for them, no matter what maps they end up on. But we'll see where we're at. So Nuke to start off.
So here's exactly what I was thinking. You know, you see RAVE take out a map like Train, and then Winstrike's gone straight for the Nuke, whereas Winstrike bans a map that everyone... what's that?
It's a RAVE pick.
Is it? Nuke. Oh, RAVE picked Nuke. Sorry, I'm really not good with these graphics, am I? So RAVE's actually picked Nuke, so that's like...
And Winstrike go
for Dust 2.
All right.
Which is a map that actually RAVE were just able to beat
Pro
100 on. So yeah, interesting veto. Obviously, you know, we can't really be sure what's going on. We're getting into Cash. It's map 3. We have seen some very different maps tonight.
I love it. We've got two
all
nukes.
The variety. I'm keen.
2 nukes.
I'm ready.
Dust 2 and a Cache.
Okay, so obviously this could be scary stuff for RAVE, because you're picking Nuke straight into a series. It's good to get it out of the way as the first map, but if you're not as warmed up and you head straight into a Nuke T-side in a pretty important game that might qualify you to the minor, just saying from personal experience, I've had those cases where you go, yeah, Nuke or Train should be a great map for us, and then you start off a little slow on the T-side and you realize you've just played yourself and you get absolutely smashed and the pressure gets to you. Let's see if that's actually going to be the case in this...
okay, but that felt real personal.
No, but it's a real thing. It's a serious thing that can happen. You start out T-side on a tough map in an important game. Like, you can actually play yourself and overestimate your abilities a bit. So we'll see if that's going to be a factor for RAVE here, or whether they know exactly what they're doing and they're going to try to get a freebie up against Winstrike on a map like Nuke. I'm trying to think. I don't remember the old Winstrike lineup playing Nuke very much. I'm not sure if Flipside played it either.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of, if Flipside had played Nuke. Honestly haven't watched enough of their games in recent times while these guys were still in the lineup to actually tell you anything about it. Like, when I think of Flipside games, I think of them having some rando, incredibly close games, but still getting into the major every time for a couple of years.
Yeah, that was a lot of Cobble, a lot of Train, a lot of Inferno. I think so. Obviously, RAVE, a bunch of players we're not very familiar with. On Winstrike, familiar with everybody except for Norbert, who everyone hasn't been complaining too much about his pickup, so he must be fairly decent.
That's the metric.
That is the metric.
Do people hate this player? No? Easy.
Yeah, it's very rarely, hey, you guys just picked up the greatest person. It's like usually like, yeah, not bad. Let's see how he goes. Or,
how dare you put this guy on your team? How dare you assume that as players you have better insight than audience heroes?
Let's be real, a lot of the time they usually don't.
It's true.
You rarely pick the right person. I have usually not done that. Alright, it's going to be, wow, what is this pistol? It's just a fast drop onto Annex with a lot of Glocky boys.
Oh. Well, that's not the way to do it. Kvik with the first quick one. The trades do come through, and it's World Edit striking from heaven at long range with the USP. Waylander, don't know where he was going, but he was certainly doing it quickly. Straight out of Annex, trying to help his buddies out. He's like, let's go. Now it's Boomich's turn to hold on the bomb side. World Edit still trying to help out here at Outers from heaven, but the T's, well, they are having they're a bit directionally challenged. They're still not sure exactly where they're going, but they're starting to figure it out. Looks like Secret is the port of call. This has been a wacky pistol. They threw some nades to get down vent and then went through Outers, and then now they're going Secret, but it's working out. It's going to be a lot of pressure on Norbert now.
Yeah, he's in a great position here, and he's going to have to wait for these CTs to rotate out. Needs to buy time, needs to see if he can find himself a quick headshot on the bomb site. In come the Ts, looking to get the bomb down. He picks up one. That's a beautiful shot. Oh, can he get a second? There's a beautiful second. And Sviat, he's in a pretty terrible position to be able to win this one out, and he's got no armor.
It's a bit of a, you hate to see it, going for the burst fire and the jump, but can't find the shot. Well, that it will lock it down in the end. And it works out in the end for Winstrike. They managed to get the kills on the board. That was a bit of a whirlwind pistol strat from the Ts.
Yeah, oh, man, jumping off silo straight down to Annex, that's a pretty ballsy play.
I just want to know where Waylander was going.
Yeah,
There are
look,
places to be.
this might not be a map that Winstrike's too familiar with, but it's okay. You start out on the CT side, we can make it work.
In fairness, how many times when you run out of NX do you run into a T above you and like one on your left and one on your right? It's
How
not
many times do you
particularly common.
run into like all of the Ts jumping off silo 5 seconds into the round?
Kaz might actually get the bomb down here. Well, he's going to try. Can't really risk it.
That's the play, though.
Norbert was not expecting that at all.
No.
Taps the bomb and then charges out, but it's no harm done. The FAMAS will be recovered. The SMGs get a bunch of money.
All right, so pretty limited utility on the side of RAVE in this first gun round. Going to be interesting to see what they go for. I usually like to see something a little faster. It's going to be a tech pause out, but it's going to give these teams some time to think about their options a little bit more. Obviously, Winstrike have taken themselves a pistol, built up the money a little bit. They're going to have some weaker weaponry. The Ts not going to be able to buy all of the utilities that they might want, and definitely probably no money for an all. Definitely probably is my favorite phrase today.
Definitely, probably, maybe, perhaps.
Yeah. So I'd like to see out of the Ts maybe a quick Annex split jumping off the silo again. That was a pretty nice one. Or maybe like a quick, like Astralis upper hit out the door or something like that. Quick blow open the door, get into uppers, try to get the trades out. But running into util could definitely be a problem, so maybe even a vent drop with ramp contact or something might work pretty well. Basically, roundabout way of saying you don't have all the smokes and flashes that you need, so you probably can't play very far into the late round. Needs to be something fairly straightforward, whether that's a straightforward conflict towards a bomb site or whether that's a straightforward use of utility to get some map control.
Riddle me this.
Yes.
What if they buy 5 MAC-10s and do the pistol strat again?
Yeah, that's...
Up silo, down over
probably
NX.
gonna work. Probably gonna work.
I know you're trolling me,
I
but
don't know. It's so backwards that it probably would work.
that's the thing, actually. Like, if I'm sitting here as a CT on Nuke, I'm like, all right, guys, you know, we've won the first couple of rounds. We've got rifles. We've got util. Just, we're going to play long angles and let them run into us. And then the T's are like, actually, we're going to jump 5 off NX and run in.
That's the difference, though. Like, there's some people, they're either creatively inclined enough to be like, SMGs while moving are actually just really good, or they came up
do that,
or they came up in CS:GO and they realized like, oh, this isn't 1.6. We don't just sit on an angle and try to shoot someone anymore. Like, it's a bit more complicated than that. So
Boomich going to play top hut. Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See how that works for the boy.
It's the only spot I ever see an
There's
XM play.
on
So
the
please
door,
don't
and
play
it's actually a
Ross.
quick one towards outside. They've got some outside smokes as well. I like this a lot. Love the pressure on the door, the potential vent drop, which hasn't happened, but they have control of lowers. Not all committing down into that area of the map yet, and not many of these CT rotations being drawn.
That's such a
up to
nerdy
this
line.
point.
Well, that it's given the first one through the edge of the smoke. Spots the second, can't quite hit it, but he'll fall down to lower immediately to try find it. RAVE starting to take some control of Garage now, but Vic is waiting here for exactly this. Can't decide which way to look. There's a player right next to him, and none of them have spotted each other. Oops, turns around, spots the first. And Kaz will go down. Timing not quite working his way. Sivat trying to get out of hut. Boomich still lurking around with that shotgun in hand. Bomb actually down in a terrible position for the terrorists now with under a minute to work with. As Waylander starts to move through secret and push up to help his friends. It's pretty shocking actually for RAVE that now that the bomb's down, they've lost pretty much all their map control. They've got one guy hanging out in lobby, but that's about it. Swelled at it. It's just waiting for another ult frag. The timing not going to go his way, but Norbert's still here.
Yeah, look, pretty shocking strategy overall from RAVE, I must say. Like, I don't really know what the idea there was. They're obviously looking for a pick towards outside after the smokes. But what was the next step?
Running through the smokes is a bit
that's
of a weird
fine.
one.
Like, it's all fine what they did, but like, what is the next step after that? I don't see how this was ever going to link up into something other than if we get the kills, then we'll decide what to do after that.
Well, now they've got 18 seconds and no bomb, so Not sure what's taking Akimov so long to move, but he does know that being here he's going to die and he can't save, and also they can't win the round. Actually hasn't been traded, so he's pretty lucky there. But like his teammates on the lower bomb site, and he's just not there. Now they're going to die before time, luckily. For him at least, and Sivat will be able to stay alive down here just about. Boomich won't quite commit far enough, but...
He's cooked his money.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty questionable things there for RAVE. They had the right idea at the start of the round, but mid to late round, things really fell apart for them.
100%. I just really didn't see where that was going to link up into anything, and that's what you often see when you see, like, a plan that has, like, steps 1 to 2 in order, and then step 3 is like get kills, and then we'll see what happens.
And step 4 is just a row of question marks, and step 17 is profit, but you got to get there first.
Yeah, we never usually get there. I feel like the profit is like saving this round. After saving this round, that's where the profit comes in.
There's the AK down.
But it doesn't even come in for all 5 of them, just 4. Which is usually how it works. 4 other people are profiting, someone's probably getting...
ruined.
Yeah. Thank you. Couldn't
No
think
worries,
of
mate.
a better word than that.
It's all good. Had you covered.
That was broadcast friendly anyway.
Deagle's outers. Going to go for this annex drop again, but well at a tier spotting it. Kvic's got the angle. And there's the easiest peek in 2K of his life. Yeah, there we go. Does get the 2K in the end. Bomb down. Leaves the lob to enters. And Kvik just wants to pop Flash and take the fight at this point. The Flash not going to do anything, but very little this man can do here. Deagle, no armor, no bomb, no util. Has time, but that's about it. And he is being locked down here. Can't quite get this Deagle shot connecting. He will get the 1. Gives him a chance to get away as well. And he's got the read, but nice. Boomich doesn't care. Over silo, jumps off. Easy shotgun. He might even keep that thing at this point. Why not? You can play it in gun rounds.
Oh yeah, 100% keep it. But I'm starting to get a bad feeling in my tum-tum for RAVE, honestly. Like, at this point, I'm going to need to see some proper gun round strats because, like, Winstrike's up 4-0. Their economy is completely out of control. They have all the momentum. Boom Bitch is jumping off a silo at you, like, 4 rounds in. So, like, and then, okay.
And then...
Sviat's tried to run out Squeaky 5 seconds into the round while the rest of them are going, like, a little bit slower. It feels like they're on, like, 4 different pages.
And now Bass is, like, fast through through Secret, and his team are just hanging out.
This is just not halal whatsoever.
No snack packs today.
No. So they have control of lower, and that's about it. And you know what we've always said about having a one-angled push without any sort of depth or layers to it.
You tend to get crossfired to heck.
Yeah, that's going to help. Cass 9K found himself a pick onto Kvik, a quick pick, perhaps.
Where does that nade go? Here comes the execute for RAVE to get themselves down here, but they're already being held up by the crossfire. Never mind, Akimov finds 2 quick headshots.
Ah, that's how you do it.
Gets his team back into it. That's better. Boomich still hanging out with the shotgun. Well, they're going to need to hit a nice one, but they shoulder peek and actually move away from it. Now they're going to post the AWP up on the angle. He's still hanging around here, but he's in quite a difficult spot. Doesn't really have the time to try and keep them off this site. He's going to have to try and play this one out. Boomich is on the flank, and Warlord, it's found 1. Going to flash himself through the molly as well. Getting out through Megaton, eats the grenade. 1 HP, but gets out. Oh god, has to be so careful dancing around that molly, but he's all just trying to buy time for Boomich at this point, who is on the flank. Kaz has read it. Boomich is going to walk straight into an AWP here. He's going to hate his life, but he somewhere hits the shot. Kaz misses it. Akimov in a terrible spot now. Well, that is just 1 HP, but it doesn't matter. Boomich is going to get it done. Swinging in with the 2K on the AK.
Order's been restored. I'm so happy, Tim. I hate it when, like, you know, the T side is like, we're all just going to go this area. Oh, I ripped 2 people's heads off and we've won the round.
Ta-da!
Like, ugh, it doesn't make me feel good. So I'm glad there is sense and order. There's justice being served. Thank you, Winstrike. They're up 5-0, but it's another buyout from RAVE. Let's see if they're all going to do something together, or we're going to have 3 blokes running out at different paces in different parts of the map.
So for clarity, the reason you don't want those rounds won is just because you feel like it's not how Counter-Strike should work, not because you have anything against the T side necessarily, right?
All right, Sviat's actually made it down vent properly, and
here comes the ramp play.
Contact ramp. So this is nice to see because it's got different layers to it. Wow, he's actually gone down with the bomb. That is very brave. If he dies there, like, you just drop the bomb in uppers and
Waylander can just defuse right now.
Okay.
He's going to. Okay, that's very lucky for Inters that he manages to get that one, but it's still a 2v3. Akimov has found himself behind Boomich somehow. I don't even know what the hell's going on here, but the Tees are somehow still in this one. They're getting the kills, but the trade comes through. Boomich reigning supreme with the shotgun. Well, that it's here with the AWP to help out as well. The molly is too soon, is extinguishing the smoke. Akimov gonna have to fight this one, but he's actually being so annoying here. They're on the bomb. No, they're not. They're off it. Oh my goodness, this is just a mess, but they managed to get the frag, and they will get the defuse with the kit as well. That was a round that happened.
Yeah. Very exciting, very fast paced, but they still didn't win. And look, I feel like we're getting, if this is the depth of the playbook from RAVE when they go to pick a map like Nuke and know they're going straight into the T side, like I'm feeling a little bit like questionable at this point.
I just love, they went fast, it was exciting, and they still didn't win.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong. In fairness, Winstrike are playing very well, but RAVE, that round falls apart if Sivak gets picked dropping down Vencel. Like, he has bomb.
Yeah.
If Boomich had decided to spray that smoke with the XM, he's done.
There's a quick split down uppers.
Okay.
He's getting some shots. See, the pacing of that was good. At least they're going together, but now they're just running in one by one, and well, they're
just ruining them all.
So, like, strong start, and, you know, we'll see if we're going to see a strong finish. It's going to take a couple more headshots, though.
Kvik's got a really good spot to ruin them there, chilling out in the annex, just waiting for him to push through. Could even be a world at all pace, to be honest. That'd be nice. Get a bit of a highlight rolling.
Pretty scary when he's on point.
Really good spot. And now it's all up to Akimov just like that. Basti, great work to open up the round, but the rifle spray will come through. 3k for Waylander, 2k for Kvik. Round all done, 7-0. How many rounds are RAVE getting, Pilly? Give me a number.
I don't know.
It's allowed to be 0.
It's not going to be 0. Like, eventually one of these quick plays works out for them.
One of these quick plays?
It's a half save. They want utility. I'm not sure what for, though.
Scat digs.
Like,
Easy points.
Yeah, they're not using their utils anyway, so why are you saving for them? May as well have just bought there.
I mean, they did throw, like, they have thrown executes. They just don't have anything for late round. Like, they throw an outside execute and then go down outers, and then they threw an unders execute that one time when Akimov managed to break the crossfire, but I don't know. Let's see if the scouts and digs will work out. So far, the answer is no.
They throw the outside smokes and send one guy on a mission.
Yes, he can find bomb here. Oh, it's actually outside, never mind. But hey, now he can find bomb. He's going to go up over Silo again. This is what he did a few rounds ago when it was like a 4v1. I've actually read it, but he's still too good.
They should call him Zoomich. Zooming all around.
He just took so much damage jumping off Silo. He doesn't care. He's like, nah, this is the faster way.
He had sprained his ankle. Not good.
Sprained both ankles, I think. 15 HP.
Okay, so, you know.
That's just one of them things.
It's 8-0 right now. Winstrike in complete domination of this game. As soon as they lose the round, they're going to be like, let me wipe my tears with all my money. Then they're going to buy up full util and probably
let me wipe my tears with all this reset.
Yeah. It's just one of those games, unfortunately, and I feel like, oh, okay, here we go. There's a pop flash for upper. We're going to see an uppers rush this time. Yeah.
Let's go. There's an execute out. They're going to get out through the smokes. They know there's players on top hut, but this time they managed to get rid of Boomich. Well, then it strikes back, but finally the entries work out. Norbert's already trying to make the play in through ramp, but there's a player waiting for him with an AWP, but he wins that fight somehow. Kaz was watching for it. Maybe the timing didn't quite work, but Kvik flashing himself through, going to go down to Inters, but there's the team kill to help out. Leaves it on Norbert in a 1 versus 2. There's a player on top hut now, one hiding out behind the silo. It's difficult for him to get in. He's going to throw the Molotov, give himself away, and that will give him up to the top hut player. So there you go. There's the round for RAVE coming off the back of a quick uppers execute.
So plenty of money still for Winstrike. They're going to be able to buy up again. And I feel like with RAVE's pacing, you just need to drop your util pretty early on at the start of the round, and things should fall apart pretty quickly from there for RAVE. However, you can't fault them if they continue to pick up some more rounds on this T side by running these fast strats time and time again. Because, let's face it, they only need a certain amount of rounds to buffer on this T side, and from there they can sort of work things out. Bro can open the door to try and get Cass a pick onto this Annex player. He has now lost a lot of his Harry Potters though. Kvik opens things up towards outside. And lots of... couple smokes used. They've still got a couple more left on outside, but they've lost the man advantage, which is going to make things difficult. Not unwinnable though, but at the moment I feel like RAVE isn't really the team to sort of abuse the positional advantage that they might be able to find. That's a nice pick, though, from Sviat. It's going to make things a little easier.
It's only Boomich. That's only the shotgun down. The other rifles are still up.
Yeah, but that's going to make it pretty hard if RAVE group up and go together, which they actually are. Norbert's going to have
as long as Inters doesn't run out by himself. Wayland is holding the door, but it's just a bit of a fake being thrown by Sivat. Norbert spots out one on ramp. He's just going to fall back, play a better angle, and go for the spray, but he can't land it. Inters going to get the frag. Bring him to a favourable position for his team, despite the HP disadvantage. To be able to get this bomb down on lower.
Straight down Megaton. They don't have control of windows. They don't have control of decon.
That's going to be the first frag.
The problem.
Given up to Kvik, and he can just wait around and waste time here. Wayland is charged straight into the back of the side. He's taking a whole bunch of damage still, though. Commits for the fight and will win it. 27 seconds left, and he's still going for fights. Can't quite land the headshot onto the author, but very, very close indeed. He's even going to find his way into cover to get the reload off. So low HP, but no one's got any utility to do anything about him. The flashbang is perfect to blind out Akimov and get him ults by World at it. Now it's all on Kaz, trying to make a play. Goes over the railing, but goes down. There's a big old bowl of resetty spaghetti served nice and cold. Straight to RAVE to eat and enjoy. As they now sit at 9-1. Inter's the only one really with any frags to speak of.
It just feels like they're rushing everything, including their communications. You can clearly see that he doesn't know that the flash is coming in there. He either hasn't processed what his teammate has said, or they're just taking it far too quickly. This team only seems to have one gear, and it is like...
Speedy boys.
Well, how many gears does a car have? Like 3 or 4?
Car has reverse boy, slow boy, and speedy boy. That's how the gears work.
Well, if a car has like 4 to 6 or whatever, they have like 12. They're in gear 12.
Gear 12.
They go 12 and nothing else.
Hey guys, what does your team do? 12.
Yes.
Excellent. Good, strong analysis from you there, mate. I'm really proud of you. But
you could even see it in the 2-on-2. They're just running at their opponents.
Yeah, that's true. It's like, yeah, let's make the play.
And like they're all running down Megaton, like going super fast.
And
like, on a map like Nuke, right? Sure, you can run down Megaton. If you throw the right smokes onto windows and doors and you just hold down decon, yes, you can get the bomb down. But even then, you have control of nothing and it's a difficult post plant to win. The play is not to just run down Megaton and get the bomb down lower and hope for the best in that scenario. You play the rotations, you force the CTs down into lower, and then you come back through lobby or you pressure heaven or you do something else. If you just do a one-dimensional, even in a 4-on-3, one-dimensional push down lower, it can still all fall apart, because if the CTs have control of everything else, you're just getting shot in the side non-stop, and the post plant's very hard to win from just sitting in Megaton where you can just get isolated by util.
And Wayland is just chasing him down vent. That's bomb down.
Yeah, there you go. He's finally been punished for running down the vent bomb by himself.
I love that Wayland is like, no, you're not getting away from this. I'm going.
Well, it's like the 4th time he's done it.
That's
like,
true. That's true. Like, Wayland hits him for like, I don't know, 70 HP, and he goes, hold on a minute, guys, I got this. Akimov lurks around by vent.
We'll get the kill on Boomich, but...
Yeah, it's true.
More annoying than anything else.
It's just like, really? You're going to chase me down here, bro? And I've got teammates on the other side of the smoke up there, but... Either way, it does give RAVE a bit of a chance into this one. It is under the pistols, and once again, they don't have window control, but this time they've got a smoke for it.
One way.
And they haven't given him a one-way.
I think they have.
I didn't see it. Let's see. Doesn't look like he thinks... no, he does have one.
Yeah,
Never mind.
It's got a one-way.
It didn't look like he had it before, but from his POV, but obviously smokes are different.
You always want to put that smoke further towards the other side than the side it's actually on. Because you can't one-way from that side as easily. Because
you're actually below him down on the side, and you're not like on his level. But there's just Baz trying to get back into this one, and it's not going to happen. Easy for Winstrike. Certainly doing some winning at the counter-striking. RAVE's money in the bin again, like it's been all half. Do you reckon 2 rounds is enough? 3 rounds? What's like bare minimum for RAVE here? 4?
You probably want at least 4, yeah. So you got to win out from here, and they're saving, which is not a good sign.
I mean, technically they can lose 1 more and still get 4.
Yeah.
But it's not. We're painting a pretty grim picture here, because Winstrike are really not looking like they're struggling at all. All of the individual aim is working. They're just cleaning them up.
Well, here's the cool thing about this Winstrike lineup. It's kind of like the Vitality lineup, where you're like, oh, they have these vets in the team, and if they play, like, you don't expect them to actually play as well as like Vic and Boomich, who are a little bit more active, but they actually are playing pretty good, which is scary, because it's like we got these young guns, and also the vets are actually contributing a bit, which is like the whole package.
That was like a bit of a spicy one. Akimov going hunting for another, but Kvik keen not to give it to him. He's getting repositioned on, but he's going to be fine.
Where's
recover
Kevin
and
when
get
you
that
need
one.
him?
Where's who?
Mitch is just going crazy with the XM every round.
Yeah.
Where's
we need-
MC?
Yeah, I was just about to say, we need MC. It's who we want. Kaz has got the bomb down, but chilling out with a Glock. He's not feeling particularly hopeful at this point. He's just, yeah, maybe I can do something.
I love that skin, by the way.
It's about as well as we expected that to go. But hey, the bomb plant is better than nothing. Bomb plant and a kill. It's not bad for the not much they invested into it. Now they've got money once again. Everyone above the $5,000 mark, which means AKs, which means utility.
Which means they're going to die with their utility not being thrown by
What do you
holding
mean?
W
They
to the
throw a
bomb
grand
site.
total of 2 smokes at vent every round.
True.
And then maybe they're throwing out as execute. But like the utility that they have, sure, we don't want to be too negative. Like they are using their utility, but they use the lion's share of it in the first 20 seconds, either to get themselves down vents or to get them into outers, and then they stop.
Yeah,
And then they have no util left, and they just go, huh.
They don't use the things that they're doing.
So just going to run through the molly here. Actually, Baz is able to jump over it. See, there's their smokes, right? Now they've gotten themselves down, or at least a player down squeaky. But actually still got a fair bit of utility left, but they're running out dry. There was no flashbang. Where's the trades?
So he's just died in Annex. Like, he went across there for what?
Double molly into Annex. They didn't get a molly into Heaven. Now they've got only flashes and a single smoke left. Some nice shooting, though, will get them a couple extra frags. So, fair enough. Who needs utility when you're hitting shots like that?
They're pretty sharp. Like, these RAVE guys, some of these AK headshots they're hitting on the entries into the site are pretty nutty. Like Akimov in lower before this Inters bloke, hitting some nice 1Bs. So that's going to get you a couple rounds here and there, but sample size, it's not good. They got 2. You're looking down and not a whole resetty spaghetti, especially if you get the bomb down. It's not going to be as bad, but still, like... Alright, he's just run down the vent again, so good on you. It's worked again.
He's still being chased, but this time he was ready for it.
Yeah.
Boomich is going to try and make a play with that XM in hand. Vic hanging out in the smoke.
This is probably going to work out because they have vent control and they're going down lower, which, you know, I don't know if anyone's seen a game from Astralis before, but when you got those two things working in tandem, it's usually very bad news bears for the CTs.
Usually.
Because
they got decon
windows, they got everything except for Mega Time, which is just like...
Oh, except for, yeah, that.
Yeah, alright. Still probably going to work for them though.
Norbert doesn't have a smoke, he's going to die in the molly. Leaves it all up to World Edit. Spots the player jumping past decon. Does have the bomb down, but there's players everywhere. One's going to come through windows in a second. I don't think you'll see it because of the FOV of the scope. He's actually making the play here. This is gutsy, but I love it. It's actually going to work, I think. And will indeed. He gets the flick happening and he can get through window. Now he's got some positioning. Now he can try to play this one out. Give him the shot opportunity for the next shot, but not going to hit it behind the silo. Akimov walking up the ramp. World Edit not looking the right direction. And there we go. The shot will come through. Akimov just about able to recover that one. And all of a sudden, RAVE on track for their 4th. Would be bare minimum T rounds for them, but it's still been a good half from the Winstrike guys, and they've got the money to buy through here.
Yeah, so good combination of the outside smokes getting through to lowers, as well as the guy dropping vent. Always pretty strong thing on your T side of Nuke.
Ooh, Boomich has actually swapped to an M4.
Too much respect given.
The double orb coming out now as well.
In the one round, you would expect him to get that XM as well, because he would have been able to get more utility.
And they've gone for that Annex drop again, and it's worked fine. Winstrike being caught off guard by this outers take into A pretty much every time.
Yep.
To some degree. A lot of rounds they've been able to recover it, but this time it's way too far gone.
Do you reckon they ever were like, all right, now they go slow this round?
Yeah, this
and
round
it's
they
literally
guys,
just been 15 rounds of holding W.
This round is not the round. Like, they're not going to go over Annex this round. They've done it too many rounds in a row. They know we're going to have 3 outers. Surely not, and they do it again.
Surely Sphere doesn't drop vent again.
Yeah, no way. Well, RAVE will close it out with a flawless one. 5 players up.
It's 4 rounds. It's doable for them if they have a great CT side.
I need a
I don't know how they're going to play.
CT side, though.
I don't know how they're going to play the CT side.
They're going to hold W with 5-7s.
Oh, okay. I can see it.
I mean, in all honesty, I would have loved to see from Winstrike just get Boomich and put him down the vent with the XM and just get him to hold the vent and just win.
That's too many layers deep, Tim. Like, you can't... You can't do that. Like,
Just
it
get off
reminds
hut,
me,
get down vent, and then
it
win.
reminds me of a game I lost a couple of years ago where, like...
You got a lot of those backed up in your brain?
Well, yeah, like, I think about them all. I was actually playing against MC, and they just went to the B bomb site 15 rounds in a row in an actual official, and they actually won
we were
the
talking
T
about
side.
this on the plane to,
And I was like,
Brisbane last week.
And yeah, and
They
like
just
my
kept
B
doing
anchor
it.
was like, just stack the bomb site. I'm like, I refuse.
You were
I
like,
refuse to
learn
do it.
to play B. Learn to hold B.
Yeah.
Against
Hold
the
B
rush.
normally. I'm not going to change up the setup just because they've gone B. Like, they're not going to go B again.
And they
Little
got,
did I
what,
know.
like 7 rounds against you? Going
They
B
got 8
15
rounds.
rounds
They
in a
won
row?
the
8
T-half.
rounds. Ouch.
Because you just don't expect it. You don't expect them holding W 15 rounds in a row. But
Well,
here we
you
go.
might, but you don't expect them holding W to the same spot 15 rounds in a row, especially. But will be the CT pistol now for the RAVE guys. Sitting at just 4 rounds. We've got the boost going in the ramp room. Got Bass up here with the crossfire set. So it's a decent setup, but there's 2 players with utility on Winstrike.
All right. Question is are the RAVE players going to be able to stand still? Because this is a rather slow one from Winstrike. Okay, so it's going to be the Annex smoke and the Heaven smoke. And they're going to be hitting this upper bomb site. Well dead, it's going to throw a flashbang in. Where's the molly going from your boy on Waylander? It's going reverse CT vent. Not a whole lot. Ooh.
Oh.
It's spectator smoke. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
think
a
you can see
spectator
as
smoke,
much
yeah.
as we can see.
Clearly not, or else you
So
would have
it's
found a kill
worked
there.
beautifully. They've got the bomb site. They need to set themselves up in the dream post plant that wins the round. Oh my
The
god.
triple vent heaven drop.
It's like Cirque du Soleil.
Goodness me, this is some sharpshooting quick though, I should say. 3 kills for him, holding it off. It's all down to Akimov now with the P2K in hand. 1 versus 2. No kit. Not sure if any of his teammates had one, but going to try and reposition here, get up onto hut, see if he can get himself a frag. But there's still a player below him, goes for the drop, can't hit the shot. 12-4 as Winstrike claimed the terrorist pistol.
Beautiful stuff. Really like that strat there.
I love that you're just sitting there being like, will they sit still? And as soon as the bomb plants, 3 of them run through a smoke and drop out of heaven.
I mean, at least they went together. I could support that.
I,
Like, you
I
can't
love
fo-
it. Like, that's one of
Alright,
those things
you
that
can't
could
fault
work
it.
for
They're
you.
like a mini Vega.
Yeah, and that could work really well for you. Like, if you catch that off timing and 3 of you drop out heaven, there's no way that they're expecting that.
They're like little Vega. I
Little
like it.
Vega, the mini sharks. What is a small shark?
Small shark.
I was going to say a seal, but no.
That's what the shark eats, mate. Oh,
True.
I didn't say that.
Oh, is he bugged?
Hello?
He's bugged. He's floating.
Oh, at least that happened on this.
Oh.
Oh, he's...
There's some more damage taken from 4 damage.
Uh-oh,
Has he lagged out?
He's turned his lag switch on. Now he can hold W on CT. Be behind them in lobby.
I don't think that's what's happened somehow, but it does
No,
look like
probably
a
not.
bit of a weird...
I would love to see that though. The good old running through radio. You just see him to 999 for a second, and then he's in back lobby, and he's like, "Hello,
Hey, this is where I hang out now.
hello there."
You are a bold one.
All right.
Bit of a nothing round, really. Rave
Yeah.
stacked A, Winstrike went B. Now they're just starting to get a couple of these frags, but it's
Well-
only the pistols, so
Well,
who
then it
cares?
just went Glock armor, mate.
What a god.
Yeah, he wants that AWP. He wants the Whopper. Oh, there we go. 300 in the bank.
Let's go.
Oh, 2 for him. He's getting by the Whopper. He can. He's a genie, and he's upgraded to a P250. I was going to say UMP, but that's not a pistol.
Not with that attitude. Maybe
Alright.
if we're playing like another game where you can have 2 primaries and just like, hell yeah.
Call of Duty.
Would you like to see that, like a Counter-Strike game mode where you can have 2 primaries?
No.
People run like an AWP and a Negev or something?
They'd run a shotgun and an M4, and then you drop down vent, switch to your Mag 7, just pump the terrorists,
And then pull out
pull
an
your-
M4 and
pull
spray
your
them all
M4
down.
out, yeah. Or you do like AWP M4. I don't know. That'd be broken.
What if you did Negev and Bison?
I don't know. Look, that's probably something Kevin would do, but anyway.
Negev and Bison for maximum amount of bullets.
They've actually chosen to stick to the bonus, and Well Dead it hasn't got the AWP. He's just gone for the rifle and util, and it's looking like it's probably going to be a late one into uppers. So Inters is in a pretty annoying spot, to be honest. We'll see how much he gets blind. He's turned well from the flashes.
Can't quite get the spray under control though, and Boomich on the entry with the Mac 10 finds himself 2.
Oh my god,
There's
they
another
haven't even
player on
looked at him.
uppers that they haven't looked at. There was so many stacked up. And Bass now getting involved with the spray down, making it work. Gets himself a nice little 3-piece, and it's all left to Vic. Mac 10 in hand, going to get overrun. That
Oh.
setup from Rave, I'm not sure it's going to work more than one time, but it works perfectly this time.
Well, I don't even know what happened. I don't think he was already up there.
I
I think he actually
think they
ran
had-
out heaven. And
Yeah, I think
somehow was
he
just-
must have as well, because the player who was boosted was Inters, and then they had another guy on site. So I'm guessing that Bass was just like, yeah, nah, I'm going at heaven while the flashes are going off. I'm just going to make it the other side. Oh, that other did have 2 players up there and we didn't
Worked
see
out
it.
for you, Bravo.
What
There's another
madmen?
round. Yeah,
What ballers?
absolutely.
Now World that it's got the Whopper in hand.
Yep. Two-handed. Double. No, it's not a double. It's just a singular. Single patty.
Wayland has managed to find the first frag over the smoke going through lobby door. And he's down vents as well. There it is.
Oh, no.
Giving them a bit of a civet.
That is very troublesome for the CT side. Though it does not seem like they intend to rotate anywhere. No, they're just content having ramp and upper. Not interested in holding lowers.
Kaz is being cheeky. Shooting balls, so don't know that he's on hut.
No, literally, none of them have rotated. They're all... Where's Bass at?
I thought
is he
they
in
would've-
secret? No,
I would have thought they'd love rotating because that involves holding W.
This is sick. They lost all lowers control and they're like...
No. They're coming back to us 100%. This is where they come back to A.
Wow, he actually checks that, Boomage.
What a player.
What a gamer.
I do love that, though. I wonder if that was the thing. Like, if they either didn't register the possibility that he could be down vent, or they're just like, no. They come back to A 100%. We're going to mind game him.
CT side now and just say, no one hold lowers. No matter what happens, we never hold lowers.
How does World Edit face back into that and win it?
He's
Getting
World Edit.
sprayed out by an M4. He's editing Worlds.
Yeah, it's normal.
Now it's a 4v2. Bomb should end up in lowers here because, again, there is someone all the way through lowers and no one on the CT side is holding it. Are they going to drop vent again? Why are you going A? You have a guy...
They are expecting them to move to the lower bomb site,
But
Timothy.
didn't they have a guy on B the whole time just chilling? Wouldn't he have been like, hey, there's no one here. There's still no one here.
Well, he can't check every corner and it's a bit fishy.
He did have about 40 seconds to do so.
Tim, I don't know what to tell you, mate. They won the round and
Look, that's true.
they're better than you. So
They're much better than me. So, 14-5 now. Just 2 away from taking out map number 1 in the series. Looking ahead to Dust 2, if I recall.
very, very brave. He's gone for the full save. He's got faith in the boys.
What a baller. All right, now it's the fast play. Already down vent is Waylander. The rest of the boys going down secret. Is there anyone on lower? Let's play the trivia game. Yes, Sivat has made it through Megaton. So there's one player on lower. Tick. Perhaps untick. Kaz is here as well now. So the pistols are starting to rotate in, but I'm not sure if they'll get too much done. Bass has found a nice angle, though. Could be given a couple frags, but nope. Pistols aren't going to be able to get enough done. That's 15 rounds up on the board for Winstrike.
Alright, so... I don't know what to say. They picked this map and then chose to play it like Dust 2. Maybe they should be... I mean, I guess next map is Dust 2, so maybe it's like reverse logic. I think maybe if they play Dust 2 more like this map, they will probably win.
I too like to go to the lower side on Dust 2. It's my favourite way. I love doing vent drops on D2, mate. It's my favourite way of playing the map.
Mid to B, whatever. Mid to B rather than going cat.
I guess mid to B is the vent drop of... Anyway, that aside, it is 15 up on deck for Winstrike. They've got full guns. The CTs have pistols, a Swag 7 and a UMP. So what I'm trying to say is I'm not sure things are going to work out too well for them. They've got the crossfire set here. Akimov going to go straight for the wide swing. What a baller, but Norbert's ready. It's going to be their first entry found. Just 4 more kills remain. Kaz is waiting for him here, but sees that in hand, and they're all going out anyway through vent. No one even going to come his way, so unfortunately he'll have to sit here, tell his team what's going on, and wait, pray for the best. Sivat going to chill out on the upper rail. Hope that someone will give him an opportunity for a frag. Kaz taking so much damage just to get behind them. And he's just on 18 HP now. We'll get the first onto Waylander. Knows that he's been chilling out in vent for the last couple of rounds. He's got the 1 frag at least, but it's a 1v4. 18 HP, bomb down. Spray already coming into decon. Kaz 9k, needing Kaz 4k in this round, and it's not going to get it as Vic will stroll through, hit the final bullet required. Winstrike 16-5 on Rave's map pick.
Yeah, that does not spell good omens for the rest of the series. However, we have to point out that Rave, I think, were able to beat Pro 100 on Dust 2 in the previous series not that long ago, and now we're heading into Winstrike's pick of Dust 2, so potentially they could try and keep this next one competitive and try to come back into the series, but when you lose your map peak at 16-5 and you're kind of like playing like that, I don't have high hopes.
1 round on their CT side.
Yeah, like their whole strategy is just go in together, go in hard and hit the heads, but they didn't really complete step 3 as consistently as they needed to do, which is often the way that things work out.
Even step 1 sometimes wasn't so much there. The going in together.
Well,
So-
we'll see if that kind of a strategy is going to work out in the next map, which is Dust 2, which we'll see right after this short